Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson is presented by Actistat, Medina Springs, Ashford Stud, Bloodstock Research, Castleton Lions, Claiborne Farm, Dock Lanes Veterinary Pharmacy, Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Keeneland, Malone's, New York Thoroughbred Breeding and Development Fund, OCD Pellets, Old Colony Insurance Services, Paul Miller Ford, Pin Oak Stud, Quill and Leather and Tack, Shadwell Farm, Spendthrift Farm, Three Chimneys Farm, and Windstar Farm.
Hello everyone and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 3-year-old stakes action from Santa Anita, Golden Gate and Oaklawn Park, including an impressive winner of the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes. We begin with sprinters at Laurel Park in the Grade 3 General George Handicap. Palace, the 11-10 favorite. Dave Rodman has the call.
The pace solid with 3 furlongs left to go. Smash and Grab is the target. Broad Rule Palace and Tenango revs up deep on the outside. Warrior of the Roses is under pressure. Bandbox is going to come 6 wide for the top of the stretch. Service for 10 is still 7 from the lead as 1 beaten, and that is Well Spelled, who has a wide open inside after a 46 3/2 mile. Bandbox on the far outside sweeps up to the front. Bandbox from Tenango. Down to the inside, Smash and Grab continues to battle on. Here is Bandbox and Xavier Perez scoring an upset, 13-1. Bandbox home.
New York-bred Bandbox circles the field turning for home and draws off to defeat Tenango by 4 lengths. Xavier Perez aboard in 124 flat, a 102 brisk speed rating. In his second start off a 17-month layoff, Bandbox records his first victory since taking the private term stakes at Laurel Park nearly 3 years ago. The Rodney Jenkins trainee had been sidelined with a fractured sesamoid. The 6-year-old horse by Tappet was bred in New York by New Dawn Thoroughbreds and Aaron Yagoda and was a $105,000 yearling. Bandbox has earned $390,000 for Hillwood Stable. Time for the Built Ford Tough Race of the Week, presented by Paul Miller Ford. Built Ford Tough for over 60 years. To Oaklawn Park for fillies and mares in the BAYAKOA Stakes. Last year's winner, Don't Tell Sophia, the 2-5 favorite. Frank Miramati picks up the call.
They're coming to the quarter pole, and Don't Tell Sophia let loose on the outside of Sisterly Love, and these two arrive at the top of the stretch together, but Don't Tell Sophia goes right on by. Dixie Strike continues to finish with interest. Sister Ginger just in front of her. They're in the final furlong. Don't Tell Sophia with a 4-length lead. Sister Ginger, a valiant performance, second. Dixie Strike is outside of her, but it's Don't Tell Sophia. She just schooled him in the BAYAKOA, winning for fun.
Odds-on favorite Don't Tell Sophia repeats as winner of the BAYAKOA by 3 lengths over long-shot Dixie Strike. Channing Hill aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 144 3. The bargain yearling won or placed in 7 stakes last year, including a victory in the Grade 2 Chaluki Stakes. The Phil Simms trainee began this season by taking the Pippin Stakes at Oaklawn Park for the 2nd straight year. The 6-year-old mare by Congaree was bred in Kentucky by Stonerside Stable. Don't Tell Sophia has earned nearly $593,000 for Sims and Jerry Namey. Don't Tell Sophia paid $280 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 3 Sabin Stakes. Rose to Gold, the 5-2 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
Devil's Cave on top by a length and a half, heading for the turn. And then it's Kipling's Joy, Triple Arch to the outside. They went 46 4 for the first half mile. Rose to Gold has come under a ride on the inside. Sweet and Discreet just went by her. Then Angelica Zapata, Private Ensign, and Gamay Noir around the far turn. Devil's Cave, a half length in front of Triple Arch, who now moves up alongside. Sweet and Discreet is sent up after them now. She's 2 lengths off the lead. And then it's Kipling's Joy, and they're coming toward the top of the stretch. And Devil's Cave turns for home in front. Cuts the corner with a 2-length lead on Triple Arch and Sweet and Discreet on the outside. Devil's Cave has the lead in the last 16th. And Devil's Cave and Javier Castellano take the Sabin going away.
Florida-bred Devil's Cave, the front-running winner by 3.5 lengths over Sweet and Discreet. Ridden by Eclipse Award winner Javier Castellano, the OBS Cells graduate sets a new track record of 141 flat. Originally trained by Chad Brown, Devil's Cave has been either first or second in all 6 starts for Marty Wolfson. The 4-year-old filly by Put It Back opened the season with a runner-up finish, Too Sweet and Discreet, in the Florida Sunshine Millions Distaff. A $180,000 OBS April 2-year-old, Devil's Cave has earned $327,000 for Alpha Delta Stable. Gulfstream track record setter Devil's Cave was bred in Florida by Circle S Ranch Incorporated. Florida breds, race 'em or chase 'em. To Santa Anita for the Grade 2 Santa Maria Stakes. Morning line favorite 50 Shades of Hay was scratched, leaving On Dean and Iotapa 2-1 co-favorites. Trevor Denman has the call.
No change, they have a half-mile left to go. Joe Talamo and Iotapa showing the way a half a length. Yeah, Hill was right there second. Undine tucked in at the rail, waiting her turn in third. Then comes Let Faith Arise. Stanwyck goes for an early move on the far side, and Golden Production last, now 7 of them. They are coming to the quarter pole, and Iotapa goes on. Iotapa the leader. Yahilwa comes to tackle. Let Faith Arise, Undine and Stanwyck. Heads a turn for home. Iotapa still strong on the lead now. Gets a tap on the shoulder. Goes for home. Iotapa still the one to catch. Let Faith Arise coming after her from second down to these two now. Iotapa finding more. Let Faith Arise, a game chase from second, but Iotapa a big performance today. Iotapa and Joe Talamo win the Santa Maria Stakes.
Reform claimer Iotapa, the front running winner by a length and 3/4 over Let Faith Arise. Joe Talamo up in 142-1. Haltered by her current connections for $50,000 out of a winning debut at 2, Iotapa won the Railbird Stakes at Hollywood Park last summer and finished second in both the Grade 1 Santa Anita Oaks and the Grade 2 Hollywood Oaks. The John Sadler trainee opened this season with a runner-up finish in the Grade 2 Santa Monica Stakes. The 4-year-old filly by a Fleet Alex was bred in Kentucky by Jim Incorporated, Bajer and O'Hara. Now owned by Horonis Racing, Iotapa has earned $363,000. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf racing in this segment. We begin with fillies and mares at Gulfstream Park in the Grade 3 The Very One Stakes. Preferential, the 8-5 favorite, Larry Comas picks up the call.
It's been Viva Rafaela the whole way so far. The lead is still a length and a quarter, and Shanachie is running in second. Inimitable Romany and Egg Marine together, third and fourth. Preferential still well held in fifth, 4.5 lengths off the lead. And then Left a Message and Dame Marie, and they round the far turn. And Viva Rafaela is taken on now by Shanachie, who's only a half length behind. Inimitable Romany comes up to them 3 wide. Egg Marine is in behind horses. Preferential's going to come 4 wide. This one's wide open. Dame Marie's coming on 2 at the top of the stretch. And Inimitable Romany moves up alongside of Viva Rafaela. These two into the final furlong. And then Egg Marine right behind them. Preferential Left a Message is closing on the far outside. Inimitable Romany has the lead down to the wire. Inimitable Romany has won.
New York bred Inimitable Romany, the 10-1 winner by a length over Egg Marine, with Viva Rafaela fading to third. Alan Garcia up in 2:15-2. The Graham Motion trainee making her first start since scoring a 28-1 upset in the Grade 3 Long Island Handicap in November. The 6-year-old mare by Maria's Mon was bred in New York by Gallagher Shiraz LLC. A $210,000 yearling, Inimitable Romany has earned nearly $384,000 for Gallagher Stud. To Santa Anita for the Grade 2 Buena Vista Stakes. Egg Drop at 2-1, a slight favorite over Pontchartrain. Once again, here's Trevor Denman.
Into the turn they go. Miss Serendipity at the rail, and Egg Drop right up alongside. Pontchartrain threatening to run a big one. Pontchartrain coming to tackle. Tappercat is in there as well. Tappercat going well at the rail if she can find some room. Then Dancing to the Stars. They're at the top of the lane now, and it's Miss Serendipity. Egg Drop on the outside. Pontchartrain. And Pontchartrain, being very confidently ridden, strikes the front. Tappercat still tries to come after them from fourth. Homeward bound now, and it's Pontchartrain in full flight for the wire. Pontchartrain, Tappercat, Egg Drop battling back at the rail, but Pontchartrain, another perfect ride from Gary Stevens. Pontchartrain wins.
5-2 second choice Pontchartrain by Claiborne Farm Stag at Warfront outfinishes Egg Drop by a length. Gary Stevens aboard the Keeneland Cells graduate in 1:33-1. That's 4 consecutive stakes wins over the Santa Anita turf for Pontchartrain. The Tom Proctor trainee won his last 3 sprinting down the hill, including the Grade 2 Monrovia Stakes in his seasonal debut. The 4-year-old filly was bred in Kentucky by Lavin Bloodstock and Kennewa Stable. Pontchartrain has earned nearly $445,000 for Glen Hill Farm. The filly was consigned by Longfield Farm to the 2011 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Glen Hill Farm for $200,000. Grade 2 Buena Vista Stakes winner Pontchartrain, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Back to Gulfstream Park for the Grade 2 McDermott Stakes. Twilight Eclipse, the 7-5 favorite. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
They take close order here. Now it's 9 lengths separating the entire field as they begin their run up the backstretch, where Alpha continues to lead them by 1.5 lengths. Bingo Bango Bongo makes a move now right alongside of Alpha, and they're stride for stride. 3/4 win in 1:15 and Alpha's going to let it out another notch. Alpha let Bingo Bango Bongo come up to him, and now he kicks away again and leads by 1.25 lengths. Then Bingo Bango Bongo, Slumber and Twilight Eclipse, and they're followed by Amen Kitten, Cozy Kitten to the inside, Sun Tracers after that, Dashing David and Mucho Mas Macho, and Alpha's under a lot of pressure now, and Twilight Eclipse moves up to take the lead. Bingo Bango Bongo, on the outside is Amen Kitten, Slumber now weaving through traffic, so too Cozy Kitten down on the inside. It is Twilight Eclipse in front, on the outside Amen Kitten closing the gap. Then comes Slumber in third. Amen Kitten tries to catch Twilight Eclipse. Between them is Slumber. It is Twilight Eclipse.
The favorite, Twilight Eclipse, takes it by 1 length over Amen Kitten. Jose Lescano aboard the Keeneland Sales Graduate in 2:15 flat. Twilight Eclipse is 2 for 3 over the Gulfstream Park turf, including a world record-setting victory in the Grade 2 Pan American Handicap last March. The Tom Albertrani trainee opened this season with a 7-length romp in the off-the-turf W.L. McKnight Handicap at Calder. The 5-year-old gelding by Purim was bred in Kentucky by Epona Thoroughbreds and was a bargain $1,000 Keeneland January yearling. West Point Thoroughbreds purchased the future graded stakes winner privately after he won his first 2 starts at Indiana Downs. Twilight Eclipse has earned nearly $713,000. Jose Lescano with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. The Spendthrift Farm Breed Secure Stallion of the Week is Arch, winner of the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes and the Grade 1 Arkansas Derby, before becoming a favorite for the Kentucky Derby. Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the Grade 3 El Camino Real Derby just ahead in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. For optimum results, administer immediately before and after strenuous exercise. We begin at Santa Anita with the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes. Kobe's Back and Cherubim, 8-5 co-favorites. Trevor Denman has the call.
They head past the 3/8 Papa Turf along the inside, Cherubim on the far side. They now go on to lead by 2. Grayson's Hopes drop back in third. Then we come back to Roger Rocket, Our Pretty Boy Floyd, and now Kobe's Back is unwinding, and here comes Kobe's Back now. The grey on the outside, Kobe's Back coming strongly, has to get to Papa Turf. Homeward bound now, Papa Turf finds more on the lead. Kobe's Back for danger on the outside. They come past the 8th pole now. Cherubim goes on down the center of the track. Kobe's Back goes right by Cherubim now. And Kobe's Back, huge performance today. Look at this guy striding home, handridden by Joel Rosario. Very impressive, Kobe's Back.
Kobe's Back by Claiborne Farm Stag and Flatter draws off to defeat Cherubim by 5 1/4 lengths. A 1-2 finish by OBS 2-year-old sales grads. Joel Rosario, the winning jockey, in 1:21 4. Kobe's Back broke his maiden first asking in the Willard L. Proctor Memorial Stakes at Hollywood Park. A distant second in the Grade 3 Hollywood Preview, he was last seen finishing a troubled 10th in the Grade 1 Cash Call Futurity. The colt was bred in Kentucky by Joe M. Mummert. It was a $60,000 yearling, turned $480,000 OBS March 2-year-old. The second graded stakes winner of the weekend for trainer John Sadler, Kobe's Back has earned $200,000 for CRK Stable. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including sire stats. To Golden Gate Fields for the Grade 3 El Camino Real Derby, Enterprising the 6-5 favorite under Gary Stevens. Michael Rona has the call.
Past the half-mile pole, I'll wrap it up by 1 length. Enterprising perched in second, followed by Dance with Fate, Craftsman the rail, and Infosec the red cap. They're followed after 2 lengths by Puppy Manners. On his outside is Icy Ride, and Bays is back at the rear of the field. He's been staying out of trouble and minding his own business thus far on Tamorando. Now he peels him wide and has 5 lengths to make up. Enterprising in the yellow cap being roused to the lead by Stevens. Dance with Fate and Grider trying to match him as they kick away from the early leader. I'll wrap it up. And here comes Tamorando, let loose on the outside. Past the 3/16 pole, Dance with Fate has the lead over Enterprising, a length away to Tamorando. And Infosec on the inside is fourth. It's Dance with Fate, the leader. Tamorando grinding after him. Dance with Fate confronted by Tamorando. The Calbred Tamorando puts his head in the front and wins the El Camino Real Derby.
2-1 second choice Tamorando rallies from last to defeat Dance with Fate by 2 1/4 lengths, with the favorite Enterprising third. The 9th victory in the El Camino Real Derby for Russell Bays, time of the race 1:51.1. The 6th winner of the El Camino Real Derby for trainer Jerry Hollendorfer, Tamorando subbing for undefeated Exit Stage Left, who was forced to miss the race with a tendon injury. Winner of the Grade 1 Del Mar Futurity over Dance with Fate, Tamorando was coming off a runner-up finish in the California Cup Derby. The colt by Bertrando was bred in California by his owners, Mr. and Mrs. Larry D. Williams. Tamorando has earned $625,000. Coming up, an impressive 3-year-old debut in the Southwest. Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Oaklawn Park for 3-year-olds in the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes. Grade 1 Hopeful Stakes winner Strong Mandate, even money in his 3-year-old debut. Here's the call by Frank Miramonte.
And they're off. Walt breaks out very swiftly, as does Tanzanite Cat. There goes Kendall's Boy now rushing into contention, and Louis Flower is headstrong. Louis Flower takes the lead into the first turn. On the far outside, Ride on Curlin went about 8 wide into that turn. Tapiture moves through along the inside to be a joint third. Coastline is right next to him. Paganol is in mid-pack, about 4 lengths off the early tempo. On the inside, Bourbon Eyes gets a ground-saving journey. Strong Mandate is about 6 lengths off the lead. He wasn't quick out of the gate, and he's caught very wide. In behind him comes Son of Dixie, and Fire Starter is at the back. Down the backstretch they go. Ride on Curlin puts his neck in front. Tanzanite Cat is one from the rail. Tapiture is on the fence. Strong Mandate moving up widest of all. Kendall's Boy just inside of him. Coastline is comfortable. He's only 2 lengths off the lead as they run down the backstretch. Paganol is at the rail. Louis Flower is losing ground steadily into the far turn. Extreme outside, Fire Starter. He'll have to cover quite a bit of real estate. He's about 10 lengths off the lead. At the rail comes Bourbon Eyes with Son of Dixie. They're midway on the far turn, and Tapiture is the new leader. Tapiture puts his neck in front. Ride on Curlin second. Strong Mandate is asked to get after them from third. Coastline is under pressure. On the outside of him comes Walt. They're at the top of the stretch, and the leader is Tapiture, and he's full of run, opening up to lead by 3. Strong Mandate now takes up the chase in second. Ride on Curlin gives way third. Tapiture by 2.5 lengths. Strong Mandate is in second. Ride on Curlin third, but it's Tapiture. He's going to prove much the best in the Southwest as he finishes with a flourish. Tapiture wins by 4.
5-1 second choice Tapiture draws off to defeat the favorite Strong Mandate officially by 4 1/4 lengths. Ricardo Santana Jr. up in 1:44.4. An impressive 3-year-old debut for Tapiture, who had not started since breaking his maiden in the Grade 2 Kentucky Jockey Club Stakes at Churchill Downs in late November. The colt was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Winchell Thoroughbreds, LLC. Never off the board in 5 starts, Steve Asmussen-trained Tapiture has earned $320,000. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is produced by John Henderson in association with Scott Ryan, Lexington, Kentucky.